Hi guys, so this video is part 2 of my Keratoconus videos, and this one is gonna just show you some tips and tricks for applying makeup when you have keratoconus. First thing you want to do is you want to put your contacts in first. You do not want to get stuff in your eyes and then try to put your contacts in. No. So I have my contacts in. I've already done this eye, and I'm going to kind of show you what I did. I'm not doing a long tutorial or a really intense look, and it's really not about the look at all, it's about the techniques. But you can apply these techniques to any look and you can make it as crazy as you want. So yeah, go for it. First thing you always want to do is you want to use an eye base. This is just going to help you avoid fallout. Fallout, of course, if you watch the previous video, is you don't want things in your eye, especially if you wear RGPs like I do. Anything that goes up underneath your contact is just torture. So I'm using NYX high definition eyeshadow base. Any eyeshadow base or paint pot or anything will work, and I'm just going to apply it sort of liberally to my lid. Now, you also don't want to mess, obviously if you have an RGPs, you don't want to mess with your cornea too much, so you want to rub really gently. I'm just using the pad of my finger so that I'm not disturbing my cornea in any way. So you want something that kind of glides on very smooth, very easy, like that. Also, you might want to use a cream shadow. You can use either or. I like to use both, just because I like to prime my lids first anyway. But you can of course skip that step if you don't have oily lids, or makeup stuff. If you don't have oily lids or creasy lids, you can skip the eyeshadow, the eye base step. I'm going to use a cream eyeshadow. I'm using the Color Tattoo by Maybelline, and you want to use creams that spread very easily, that are very soft, very emollient, that there's not a lot of tugging or pushing or rubbing. And these Color Tattoo I like a lot because you can build up the coverage. So I'm just smoothing it on with my finger. Of course, you can always use a brush. A little bit goes a long way, but this can be built, which is wonderful. I also always keep this finger clean. I try not to touch too many things with it for some, just in case I have to, in case you do disturb your RGP, you can sort of just go back in and settle it. And I know that looks very odd to those of you who do not wear hard contacts. I know. Okay, so now I'm going to go with a loose eyeshadow. I'm using Gold Deluxe from Sugar Pill because it is a chunkier eyeshadow. And you can wear glitter. You want to use an adhesive, however, if you wear glitter. So you want to use a glitter adhesive or eyelash glue so that the glitter sticks, because of course it's chunkier and you don't want that going into your eye. But I'm going to use a flat brush like this to apply my Gold Deluxe. And again, I use it because it's a little bit of a chunkier consistency than a normal loose shadow, but the same rules apply. I'm just going to get it on my brush, tap it off so there's no excess. And again, you want to use a tight brush, a brush that has tighter, stiffer bristles, because a wider brush is going to fan out more and just cause more particles to be floating around, and you want to avoid stuff going in your eye as much as possible. So I'm just going to pat that right on top of my cream base. And again, I'm patting gently right where my contact lens is so that I don't disturb the contact lens in any way. And the trick really is just go slowly, take your time. It might take you just a little bit longer to put on your makeup every day, but if you really want to put on makeup, that's a sacrifice I'm sure you're going to be willing to make. And because I used the eyeshadow base and then the cream eyeshadow, there was a lot of stuff going on there for this to stick onto, so I don't have to press too hard, I don't have to push too hard, I don't have to rub, and there is none of this on your eyes when you have an RGPs, trust me. So that's that done. Really simple. And again, you can go in, if you wanted something in your crease, you can use your regular fluffy brush, whatever you want. I'm just dealing with how to deal with the lid, and which is right on top of the cornea. So the next step is lining your waterline. If you want to line your waterline and tightline, you want to use gels. I have found that gels in a jar, in a pot like this, work best. I have found that for some reason you want something that sets up quickly. Pencils do not work for me. Not quite sure why. I think it's because they don't set fast enough and they get onto your contacts. And you wear hard contact lenses especially. Imagine there's something sitting on your eye. No matter how tiny it is, there's still a little lip there, a tiny little ridge that rubs against the inside part of your lid. It sounds pretty horrible. Horrible. But it can lift makeup off of your waterline. And of course you're more than welcome to skip this step, but this is supposed to be me showing you how to put these things on, and this is how I do it, and I wear makeup every day. I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner. You can use Black Track, Inglot, any gel liner, but I find the ones in the pot dry faster, like I said. So I'm going to try and see if you can see this. I'm going to point my head down and pull down slightly and then just tap it on. Oh, this is a small stiff brush that I'm using. This is the accent brush from Real Techniques. And you can see I'm just laying it on my waterline and pulling downward. Also, you want to kind of avoid, if you look at your eyes, you can see your tear duct right there. You want to avoid your tear duct, just because as you get, as your tear duct works to lubricate your eye, it could push stuff out that gets trapped inside it, and that's why you get that little gunky spot in there. And with RGPs, you want as little going in your eye as possible. So tight lining is sort of the same deal, and I hope you guys can see this properly. I'm going to lean my head way back and open my eyes really, really wide. And you look a little bit like Linda Blair from The Exorcist, but this is what works. And this is actually a really good tip for anybody who has trouble tight lining. This whole sticking it in your eye and closing your eye, that is not going to happen with hard contacts. You'll get something on your lenses, and hard contacts hold on to crap. They don't, gel liners and stuff, they stick to those lenses and you can see it. Oh, I said lenses really weird just now. That you can see it. I'm trying to go quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. So I'll lean right back, open your eyes up really, really nice and wide, place your brush on and pull upward, pull out into your lashes. If your product has dried a little bit on your brush, go for some more. Same deal. It's okay, and you can see I'm far away from my cornea and where my RGP is sitting, and I am not, again, there's a little tear duct in here, so try to avoid getting anything into that. You can go all the way in if you want, that's fine, just avoid the tear duct, and I can see my tear duct is empty, doesn't have anything in it. So, yeah, you can go right in if you want, just avoiding your tear duct. The trick is to stay away from your cornea, basically. That's why you move your head around so much. Also, you want to keep your products really clean. Clean hands inside your cream products, people. Sterilize them often, either using makeup sterilizer or isopropyl alcohol. Wash your brushes immediately after using them. There's to be no spot cleaning here. And using, again, absolutely not. That's just asking for trouble. Now, curling your lashes. You most certainly can curl your lashes. The only thing you want to be careful of is you don't want to pull your lid too far out, which can happen when you're curling your lashes, because if you wear hard lenses, you know that the way you get them out is to actually open your eye wide, pulling your and pop them out, and messing with your eyelids can tend to help your RGBs to pop out, and you don't want them falling out in the middle of what you're doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and curl. Really, it's the same as everything. I mean, you're just being careful not to sort of disturb your cornea, and being careful not to get stuff inside your eye, basically. Same deal applies as with tight lining. You want to lean right back, because if you thought it was easy to poke yourself in the eye with a mascara wand when you don't have lenses in, it is double easy when you have an RGPs, because RGPs are going to sit just a ½ millimeter forward, more forward than your cornea, and that makes a huge difference when you're working in such a small space and you don't have as much room to maneuver. That tiny little spot, and again, mascaras sitting on top of your contact lenses are going to blur your vision up. It's not sexy. No. So, see, it's on. That's really it. I mean, there isn't, you don't want to go setting cream products in your waterline with powder. Same reason you're going to get powder inside your eye. Also, when you line your waterline, I try to have 2 brushes, and I use one for one eye and one for the other eye, because there is an increased risk of infection when you're wearing lenses in general, and especially for me, because I piggyback. I have 2 lenses in each eye, like I said in the previous video. So I want to avoid all traces of infection, and when you have keratoconus you tend to be a little bit more susceptible to infections anyway. So if you can use two different brushes. If you can't, then you can most definitely spot clean your brush and use it in the other eye. But be careful that when you spot clean it on a pad with eye makeup remover, or a makeup remover white that does not have lint, because the lint will get up in the brush and again get in your eye and get under your RGPs. Not fun. So that's pretty much it. I mean, be hygienic, which is really kind of a no-brainer, because who wants to be using dirty makeup and dirty brushes on their faces anyway? Ew. You can apply eyeliner. Gel eyeliner I recommend because it's just generally smoother and goes on really, really nice. I don't like pencils on my eyelid at all, unless it's a soft pencil, in which case I have to set it with the powder anyway, which you can do. If you want to use powder eyeshadow, like regular eyeshadow, a black eyeshadow or whatever, for liner, then you want to use it wet. And you can use it with any brush that you prefer. It's just mainly, the main things are hygiene and making sure that you don't get fallout in your eyes. But there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup. And people have asked me, why are you bothering? You know, you have an eye condition, why? You're so vain, why do you want to? And I tell them, you know, screw you. Butt out. I'm a makeup artist, and why should I let a disorder of my eyes stop me from wearing makeup? Especially if that disorder is not going to really be compounded. It's not going to be compounded at all by wearing makeup. The makeup itself is inherently not going to hurt your eyes. People are afraid of messing with their eyes, and I understand that feeling. Like I said before, when you first get diagnosed, you think that your eyes are just going to explode. They're going to fall out of your head. That's not necessary. That's not the case at all. There's nothing saying that you cannot wear makeup. I'm a makeup artist. I wear makeup every day, and even before I was a professional makeup artist, makeup was one of the ways that I expressed myself and my creativity. I would sit down and play with makeup, and keratoconus is not a death sentence. It is something that I live with, that I manage. I'm lucky. Of course, if you have very severe keratoconus and makeup irritates you, then don't wear it. You know, if you want to and you try things out, go for it. I say, go for it. There's nothing wrong with trying it out. Be yourself. Help yourself. If it's going to help you feel better, especially because keratoconus is quite scary when you first get it, go for it. I will say, test products out. When you're trying a new brand of gel liner, for example, put in your lenses and put on your gel liner and walk around the house with it for a few hours and see how it reacts in your eyes. Does it flake up? Does it get powdery? Does it get, you know, mascaras? Do they get powdery or flaky? Do they flake off into your eye? That's the kind of stuff you need to test. But as long as those things don't happen and it works fine for you for a few hours in the house, there's nothing saying you can't wear it out. So I really hope this video was helpful. If there's something that I didn't cover that you think I should, just leave me a comment down below. I always look forward to hearing your feedback. And I have to say, the keratoconus community on Twitter especially has been so supportive of this video. I posted a tweet that I was going to do it, and they were totally for it. They were like, yes, this is wonderful. We need this advice. People messaged me and followed me, and it was wonderful to see that kind of support. So I really, really hope I've helped you. And again, if you have any questions, something that you want me to do or say or cover or show you that I didn't cover before, I will absolutely... Oh, I did forget something. Lashes. If you want to wear eyelashes, nothing wrong with eyelashes. Use a proper glue. I prefer the Eyeliner glue at the moment. I like it better than Duo, but Duo is fine. And you want to use... These are Ardell's. I mean, these are mine that I've already worn, but... these are the Ardell's that have the Invisiband. You want the finer band because your eyes are just more susceptible to irritation in general, and a thick band can tend to just make your eyelids uncomfortable. So most definitely you can wear eyelashes, you know, put them on in the normal way. This might sound obvious, but put the lash glue on the band of the lashes and not on your eye, because you don't want to risk it getting in there. But I have worn lashes with my contacts. I have no problems as long as I find that I can't wear the ones that have a thicker band, like I said. So I hope that video has been helpful and informative, and please give me a thumbs up and comment if you liked it. Subscribe, share this video to your friends who have keratoconus. You are not alone. I'm on Twitter. There's whole communities on all the social media sites for keratoconus sufferers, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.